Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danny, and today we're talking about feeling guilty for not exercising but continuing to eat food when you have hypothalamic amenorrhea. First of all, I apologize if you can see that my couch is covered in dog fur and you have feelings around the fact that I didn't clean this. It's not that I don't want to, it's just that I have a husky and that's never coming out. That is never coming out, and she gets on this couch all the time. Right now though, you have to see this. She's sitting behind me in this cupboard. But anyways, I digress. I recently asked on my Instagram, what content do people want to hear about HA? What questions do you have? And a bunch of people were like working around the guilt of eating while you're not exercising that much. So I felt like, I kind of thought that I had answered this in my last video around exercising with HA. But really, when I thought about it, this wasn't a topic that I addressed directly, and I'm ready to do that with you right now. Got my notes. Number 1 is just having a constant inner dialogue with yourself around your why. This is probably the most annoying answer, so I just did it first to get it out of the way. But as someone who's been doing this for quite a while now, I can tell you that the more you do it, the easier it gets. Before I started filming this video, I was chatting with my husband and he was like, "Are you sure you're the right person to be doing this video?" And I was like, "Excuse me, yes. Haven't you noticed how much better I've gotten at dealing with this over time?" And he agreed. Basically, the extent now of my problems when I feel like I'm eating so much, but I haven't exercised at all, and I'm like, is me simply saying, I feel like crap because I haven't really moved my body much and I feel like I've been eating a whole bunch. That passes so quickly because then I'm like, but I really want to get my period back and I really want to be able to have children one day and I really want to improve my bone health and etc. And so it passes really quickly. And he's noticed that because I say it out loud all of the time, which just brings me straight to my second point, which is having support and community. So he knows, for example, my husband knows that I'm going through this. So he lets me say, "Hey, I'm having a rough day today and I feel like I need to talk about this. I feel like I haven't exercised that much and it's making me anxious." And he'll just be like, "Okay," and just be there to listen, and I very quickly can work through it. Aside from having your partner, if you have one on board with you, I think it's just really important to have support and community in general. So I have friends these days who are also going through HA, and so it's so easy to message them and just let them know how I'm feeling about this. And they're probably right there with me, or were right there with me yesterday, or will be tomorrow. And so we're all helping each other by saying, "Hey, I'm still feeling this way. I know it's normal, but gosh, I would love for it to go away." And your friends are going to really support you with that. And even if they don't have HA, maybe you have a great friend who you can get to team up and they just know what to say to you in that moment. They know how to bring you back to your why when you're not able to. They know how to tell you like, "Hey, you're doing this because you really want to have a baby, improve your health. You really want to, prove to yourself that you can do this and it's not a big deal. Let's distract you with something else." The other thing with community, I think having an online community is super important. Ever since I started the HA podcast and ever since I started being really vocal on Instagram about my HA, I have found that rando strangers who are now friends of mine reached out and they just wanted support and community. And I've noticed that there are a couple, not many, HA communities in general that are just full of people posting about their triumphs and tribulations. So because of that and me thinking that community is so important, I've been thinking for a while actually about starting a new network, a little community, a membership almost of women to come together, have these conversations, get pumped up when see other women succeeding, get together and do like Zoom community calls where we talk to each other about, what we're going through, and almost like a hot seat and work through these situations as a group of women who are all going through the same thing. And have like online Zoom yoga classes and mindfulness and meditation practices and like relationship coaching. I have so many friends in the coaching world, yoga coaches, mindfulness, meditation coaches, relationship coaches, and I really wanted to bring them together and help women with HA. So I'm actually working right now on a membership program. This is the first time I've spoken about this idea. So, it's super beta. If you want to be a part of the beta group for that, fill out the waitlist form in the show notes below, and I will invite you when it's ready to come on in. So a group like that can be really helpful. So you can come in and be like, hey, I'm not exercising and I need support because I'm feeling anxious. Or B, you can come in and do some of the really cruisy HA-friendly workout programs that we're going to have in the membership that help you feel like, oh, I am moving my body, but in the right way for recovery. So anyways, on to number 3. Remember what this guilt is from. It's from society telling you you should be exercising over and over again. And I really like to think sometimes about all of the fitness influencers and all of the people who are telling me I need to obsessively work out and all of the hormonal issues they're having. Just remember who it is that taught you this and remember where it's coming from and why your situation doesn't apply to, like, why all of the advice they're giving has an asterisk and it doesn't apply to you. You know the answers to that. People are trying to sell you a product. People are just misinformed. You can't take those people's context and apply it to you. It's just not applicable. That's like not really a tip. It's more just like, remember this. This one is one of my favorites. Remember, while you sit there or whatever you're doing, not exercising and eating food, all of the little functions that you are eating for. We forget that our body isn't just either doing nothing or exercising, it's doing many other functions. And your food doesn't just go in your body and store as body fat or whatever until you go and work out. No, let's break it down. Yes, food goes towards growing your nails and growing a little bit of hair from every pore on your body. Eyes seeing things and your brain processing what they're seeing, and your eyes are creating moisture to keep those eyes lubricated and they're blinking. Your mouth is producing saliva and keeping it moist, and it's chewing. When you think about every little tiny function of your body, it's quite robust, and it's good to remember that that is what you are feeding. You're not feeding nothing and you're not eating food for no purpose. I mean, I didn't even say the reproductive situation, but yeah, your food is going towards turning on your reproductive system, telling it it's safe, creating that passageway. Every time you eat some food, you are helping feed the signal that you're trying to get, where your hypothalamus and pituitary is telling your body this is safe and we can have a period now. So it's just a good thing to remember, okay, I'm not just born to exercise. I don't only eat to exercise. This one I really like, and it's assess what activities you're actually making the switch for. If you are swapping exercise for sitting on the couch only, yeah, you actually might feel a little sluggish and a little like afraid, and you just won't like it at all. But if you switch your exercise for gardening, art, painting, drawing, an activity that produces you joy and makes you feel productive, because let's be real, a lot of the people with HA like being highly productive, and there is nothing wrong with that. It's like, where can we just redirect that energy to something creative and relaxing that only brings you joy and isn't about changing your body? Maybe check out, okay, when I'm feeling sluggish about my exercise and eating, what activities am I doing in that moment? Maybe you'll find that there are different activities you can be doing that might help you to not feel that way anymore. And this last one is therapy, talk therapy. If you can and have the means, you are very well in a situation where talk therapy will be valuable to you. If you are constantly having this dialogue with yourself about how bad you are for not working out and for eating all the time, these are thought processes that your therapist is excited to talk to you about. There are a lot of therapists that specialize in body image, disordered eating, disordered thought patterns in general. That's what they do. So if ever there was a time for you to get some therapeutic help, once a week for 50 minutes, talk to your therapist about why you're feeling this way, and they're going to give you exercises and all kinds of great stuff that you can do to work through this. I am not an expert on behavior by any means, but this is what I do. These are the tips that I give, and I hope that they help you. If I left anything off that helps you, ladies, tons of people want to know, how do you ditch the guilt for looking after your body in this way? So if you have any ideas that I didn't mention below, please comment, like and subscribe to this YouTube video so other women looking for info on HA can find it. And I hope you all have an amazing day. Can't wait to see you all in the next video.